Hello, welcome to Shmirchik, Tipsy Tarot, where you'll experience all the unpleasantness that comes with me. Anyway, so I'm going to do another political reading about Kamala Harris on why did she snub the Prime Minister of Israel? What's her feeling towards Jews? Does she have something personal against Jews? What's her personal beliefs, right? What's going on in her family? What could have been going through her mind when she refused to go to this congressional meeting with Benjamin, to hear his speech, So we're going to first go see what's going on, what happened politically in the government, right, that made her not go. You see, I have here government, what went on in the government, possibly something happened in the government, why she didn't go to the meeting, to the Congress speech of Netanyahu. What's going on in her personal life that might have affected her not going, and her personal beliefs, right? So, yeah, and I'll show you the cards maybe in the middle. Okay, universe, angels, and spirit guide, please tell us what was going on in the government, why she, she didn't go, right? These are big cards. I have to mix them. Bear with me. If any of you are new here, you can always put it on halftime faster, so you can hear everything I have to say. And that goes with all my videos, right? Okay, tell me what happened in the government, right? Okay. Despair, Knight of Wands, King of Cups. Okay, tell me about her emotional personal story, why she wouldn't have gone personally, why did she skip, why did she go, right? Why didn't she go, right? We'll see if we can pull it together, and see if we can pull the story together. Queen of Wands, Ten of Swords. Ooh, now it's wet. I can't get my cards wet. That's a no. Right? This is a new pack of cards. So, see, I don't have lots of room in my little house. So, we have that. Oh, reversal, wow. And then we're going to see what's her personal beliefs about Netanyahu. What's her personal beliefs about leaving Netanyahu, right? What's going on in her personal life, and what's her beliefs about Netanyahu. So, okay. Looking for clarity and overwhelmed, feeling trapped. Wow. Okay, so the government, did it have anything to do with the government? Like what happened in the government that might have affected Kamala Harris's snub of Prime Minister Netanyahu, right? So we have here Nine of Swords, Knight of Wands, King of Cups, Knight of Swords. So it talks about like her feeling despair within the government, right? Perhaps the government is feeling despair because of their problems, and they're trying to figure out how to be hopeful in the situation that they're in politically, right? And Knight of Wands, it talks about somebody coming in quickly and going quickly, right? And it also represents somebody who's probably in the government, right? Perhaps she has a younger man in the government that is telling her what to do in the government, right? With the Knight of Wands, very fiery, somebody that might have a temper, somebody who's very she's connected with, like in an emotional way. And then this King of Cups reversed, which talks about a man who has rage, he's temperamental, she's getting bad advice from somebody who's whispering in her ear, bad advice, right? King of Cups is someone's telling her what to do in the government, right? We have anger, impulsivity, reckless rushing. Oh, it's upright, right? So it's Knight of Wands, which is somebody. There's a lot of action going on, right? And it was an impulsive it was an impulsive decision for her not to go, right? I think she was also a little bit afraid, with the government is causing her to feel like, okay, this is our only hope. You have to pander towards that part of the party, right? Because she's getting advice from somebody, the King of Cups reversed. It's somebody in the government. It's somebody's giving her advice what to do. I don't believe it was of her own free will. And then we have Knight of Swords reversed. And it talks about somebody who's fighting for the wrong things, somebody who speaks without thinking, somebody who's vengeful, somebody who is probably somebody in the government that is not thinking about the consequences that can come from these actions, right? And it's very, let's see, Nine of Swords. It's trying to stop the self-destructive path that they're on, right? So I guess it was the government, partially the government telling her, giving her advice what to do. Someone young in the government, who comes in really quickly and tells, telling her what to do with trying to figure out the Knight of Wands. 1 second. Somebody who's very witty, and it was an impulsive decision. But the question is, let me pull more cards and see. Can you please explain to me? Within the government, right? Like, what went on in the government that made her? Can you please explain Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands? Perhaps, yeah. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. Right? Probably somebody in the family business, right? I wonder if she's listening to that stepson of hers. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the family business, right? Tell me more. Because Ten of Pentacles, it's about family business, family inheritance. It's about, Ten of Swords. It's Ten of Pentacles. Family business, wealth of the family. It's about the inheritance, right? Somebody who's trying to keep it in the family, right? Somebody who is, I believe this is probably someone in her family, her stepson, or somebody close to her that's telling her what to do, right? And they're trying to find hope for their party in the Democratic Party, right? They're trying to find hope. They're reaching a moment of despair, the government, it seems, and they're trying to rethink their approach towards politics, right, on how to win this election. What we have with the King of Cups reversed, it's somebody is not thinking, they're not really thinking straight in their right mind. Somebody in the government that's not thinking in their right mind, they're acting impulsively, and they're not understanding that this can have consequences, right? I feel like they're acting impulsively, and a lot of it is they've kind of lost their mind. They're not thinking logically, right, from what I see here. And to go with the Knight of Wands, she's having all this advice. We never know who's going to win, right, because things can change. But then to go on with what's going on in her personal life, right, in her emotional personal life, what's going on in her life, Queen of Wands reversed, right? Let me let out my cat. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. See, so it's like in politics, there's like a lot can go on, right? So it talks about like regret, her trying to choose the right thing within the government. They're trying to rethink their approach towards politics, right? With the Seven of Swords reversed, it's somebody who's trying to come clean, has regrets because of their lies and their sly behavior within the government system, right? So they're trying to rethink their approach to how to balance politically, and this is the advice that she got, to snub Prime Minister Netanyahu, right? And personally, Queen of Wands reversed. I don't think she is feeling in her strength right now. Like, I feel like she's feeling out of control. Because Queen of Wands upright, it's like when, like, it represents a strong woman who's in her strength, and she is in control, and she's a businesswoman, and she has everything, going for her, right? But I feel like she's very overwhelmed, right? With also her emotional beliefs. I don't even think that she has the emotional stamina to be president, right? So the Queen of Wands, it talks about somebody who's very insecure within herself and feeling very pessimistic and I feel like she's like afraid to meet Netanyahu for some reason because he's such a strong character. And what's going on emotionally, Six of Swords reversed, right? So it talks about her having to take care of herself emotionally because she has a lot of issues that need to be resolved within herself in her personal life, within the Democratic Party, and she's having a hard time transitioning into this position that they're putting her into to be president, right? She's stuck. She feels very alone, and she doesn't want, I don't believe she really wants to be president, even though like she did want it. She might have wanted it, but I feel like she's really scared, so I feel like she might have been really afraid, She's also, I talked about her being in the past, then there's 10 of Swords reversed, feeling hopeless and clinging to her sanity, whatever she has emotionally in her personal life, right? She sees just really this tough motherfucker, right? Excuse my language, who is just very, strong in himself and in a powerful position. And I feel like she would cave. Let me pull more cards to that. Is the King of Swords Netanyahu? Is the King of Swords? I think King of Swords is Netanyahu. Like, it's regarding Netanyahu, right? So, like, King of Swords. Yeah, tell me more about what she feels towards Netanyahu emotionally, right? Like, let's see, the King of Swords. I think she sees him as someone that's very, very tough and ready to fight, and she just doesn't have that within her. The Emperor, abuse of power. She thinks he abuses his power. She thinks Seven of Wands reverse, Seven of Pentacles, right? 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles reverse. Not reaping what you sow, and not seeing the results of your hard work. Brutality, chaos. She is not thinking clearly, and Three of Wands, right? To me, it looks like she recognizes Netanyahu as being a very strong person, but she thinks that he's like abusing his power with the Emperor reversed, and he has control issues and domineering. I think she's afraid to look weak near him. And then there's the Seven of Pentacles reversed, which talk about not seeing the result for her work, right? And she's very distracted, and she feels like, oh, he's just also not important enough for her to meet him. Like, I have better things to do, like he's not my priority, like he's not important enough. Also, because of all the propaganda against Israel and Netanyahu, and she's trying to pander to the left, right, who doesn't like Jews, right? So it's probably bad also, in my opinion, it's probably bad for her. It's not a good look on her if she attends who they call Nazi, like Netanyahu's Nazis, right? The Jews are Nazis, right? Everything's become inverted. So, which means the opposite of what it actually is, right? So today, what happened on October 7th, and then, like us fighting in Gaza, right? I live in Israel, right? So I'm speaking as like I'm in the situation. And so she just sees him as the wrong priority for her. She thinks that he's brutal, violent, and this misunderstanding. She believes all the lies. She thinks he's a liar. She is afraid to, she doesn't want to have communication with him. And she's just feeling very confused generally. Like, I don't think she's a very strong woman. Like, I don't think she has what it takes to actually be on the world stage, And even Biden in his mental state, like, even him could probably do a better job than her, like, as in have a conversation with people without cowering. I think she's really a coward, in my opinion. Then we have Three of Wands, which talks about creativity, traveling, maybe going places, trying to she's just trying to focus on her business and keep things under control. And I feel like she's happy with him, emotionally. She's just happy. Maybe in the future she's thinking like she'll travel to Israel, because like Three of Wands, it's about travel and business and growth and investing in the future. So she's not willing to invest right now in Israel. She's thinking like, oh, maybe I'll go later, like to meet. Like later on, she has other overseas opportunities. She doesn't need to meet Netanyahu. Besides for her thinking like he's a bad man and he's this and that. And she is a coward because she can't really, and she also feels like emotionally, she feels like it would be a mistake for her to meet him because of her political base, I feel, right? Because of who she is, like they're all like the Democrats. They're very pro-Palestine, right? So we have here also, right, the government, emotional, and like, I guess she's in a different position now because she's vice president. It's not like she's president, right? And it's not like she's in the Congress, So like Rashida Tlaib, right, that other pro-Palestine Jew hater, she was sitting in Congress with like a sign, like, oh, genocide in Gaza, So that's the base that she's pandering to. But I feel like it's partly her getting advice from her party. It's partly what she personally believes and how she feels in the situation towards Netanyahu, which is she's cowarding because she recognizes strength with the King of Swords. And her belief, what's her personal belief system, about this whole, about Netanyahu, everything, she, 4 of Swords, 7 of Cups reversed, and 4 of Swords, 7 of Cups reversed, 2 of Pentacles reversed, and 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands, right? So, okay, so 4 of Swords is her beliefs, is she just wants to take it easy, like she doesn't want to fight. I don't think she's able to, like, even if whatever her beliefs are, right, in the Middle East, she doesn't like conflict so much. I don't think she enjoys confrontation with people, because the 4 of Swords, it's like somebody who doesn't want to fight. They hang up their swords and they want to rest and retreat and go on vacation. And 7 of Cups reversed, it talks about looking for clarity. Somebody who's looking for clarity and somebody who is confused about the whole issue. Like, she doesn't want to deal with politics, really. Like, I feel like she would be useless in her belief systems. Like, either she'd do lots of damage like she did with her record, or she would just be on vacation, mostly when it came to her doing the duties as a president. Because her personal belief, it says, like, she doesn't feel like, okay, I guess this is regarding Netanyahu. Her personal feeling towards Netanyahu is like, there's no purpose of me being there. She doesn't consider him anything important to meet Netanyahu and to sit through that. Like, she doesn't see him as anything important. Like, he's not on her agenda at all. And she's also, I believe she's sick. She's a little bit mentally sick, because the 7 of Cups reversed is delusions, right? Somebody who's losing touch with reality and looking for clarity, right? So she's very confused about what to do with Netanyahu, right? With the whole Israel situation, it seems. And it's a 2 of Pentacles reversed. It's indecisive. She doesn't know. Like, I don't think that she would know what decisions to do when it comes to. She doesn't know how she would deal with Israel, with Netanyahu. Indecisive. 2 of Pentacles reversed. Indecision, overwhelmed with lots of choices, overwhelmed, unable to juggle. It's like as if her mind is a mess. She's unable to juggle any when you have a lot of projects, she's unable to juggle many things happening at once, lots of projects. She's like very scatterbrained, it seems, from the energy I'm reading here with her beliefs, right? Like, she's unbalanced, overwhelmed, delays, rigidity, disorganized. Yeah. She doesn't have a balanced belief on what to do with the Israeli-Palestine situation, with Netanyahu. She's feeling trapped in the situation, and she's like completely confused, and she doesn't want to be involved. Like, that's what I think. I don't even see her being so hateful, per se. I just think she just doesn't think Netanyahu is an important person enough to meet, and she just thinks that it's going to be bad for her because she's getting bad advice from people on how to deal with this, So And then like Eight of Swords is somebody who's confused and feeling trapped and just stuck in place with all their problems surrounding them. So I feel like personally in her personal life and in her beliefs in her head, she feels like she has all this baggage, emotional baggage surrounding her. She feels trapped in her situation. I believe that she's not ready for what's coming up, for the situation that she's put herself in, that they've put herself in, that they've put her in. I don't believe she's ready for it, right? But, if she gets some therapy, maybe she can get past this, because it says, like, that it's her beliefs that are really stopping her from advancing, right? She's advancing, but, like, she is advancing because she's vice president, and now they're trying to push her to the presidencies, so she's getting a promotion. But in her mind, she can release herself from this limitations that she's stuck in, and she keeps getting stuck in these patterns and these cycles of confusion, losing touch with reality. I wouldn't be surprised if she's trying to heal off of some sort of substance, right? Because we have the Seven of Cups reversed, but it still talks about her and her beliefs. She's advancing, she's moving forward somewhere. I don't know where. We have 2 8s, moving forward, advancement, and Eight of Wands is also lots of communication. And her beliefs is that, like, I feel like in the future, she thinks that she'll have more chances to deal with this issue. So, like, it's not important. I don't want to deal with it. He's not a priority. And, right, because the Seven of Pentacles, it talks about also, it's repeat mistakes, wrong priority. Like, he's not my priority. Like, I shouldn't focus on him because he's the wrong thing to focus on. Now, she thinks he's an abuse of power, and she thinks he is a violent person, and I think she really believes that there's genocide going on in Gaza, like that this is the world we live in, right? And when it comes to the government, there's a man in the government that is trying to revitalize their party, to give hope, because they're feeling despair, and they're advising her what to do. And I feel like her family is telling her also what to do, like her stepson, even though she doesn't know how to connect to people. From my other reading, I believe that, like, her family is telling her what to do. She's getting advice from the government, and they all kind of have similar advice, right? And yeah, with the Seven of Swords reversed, it's like trying to rethink their approach because of the lies and everything within the party. Now she has to rethink. They have to rethink and fix the mistakes that they've made, the repeated mistakes that they keep making, right? So when it comes to Benjamin Netanyahu, right, it's like emotionally she's weak, vulnerable. She's not able to, she's stuck in the past. She's having a hard time adapting to changes. She feels like it can't get any worse. It's only upward from here. She feels completely like, I think she's very overwhelmed, and she's feeling the with 10 of Swords, she's feeling the pressure, and she's feeling hopeless because of the situation they've put her in. She's not fit for the job, in my opinion, according to these cards, because she's showing me weakness, like Queen of Wands reverse. It's somebody who is just, in a bad way. But she thinks, like, with the Eight of Wands, she'll be able to advance eventually, moving forward, progress, calculated, excellence, and information. Her belief is that she's making change, and she's going to be able to. Her belief is that, like, probably later on, right, she'll deal with it later. That's the feeling I get with the 8, right? Hard work, fast-paced change, action, communication, movement, excellence. Like, there's so much happening in her life now. She feels like she's advancing. Like, he's just in the way. It's a bother. Like, I don't need to deal with this guy. That's what I see, what's going on within the political party, with Kamala Harris snubbing Benjamin Netanyahu, what she really thinks of him, what's her real beliefs. So she's, from what I hear, from what I see, she's done some real damage as a prosecutor to people. And, so regardless of my political standing, she really, in the one hand, she feels like she is on the one hand, she feels like she's getting places, right? On the other hand, she's feeling vulnerable and weak. And I mean, I don't like her personally. I think from my other reading, what she did to Joe Biden was pretty disgusting. You know, she's not really someone that we could be trusted, but this is just reading into her emotional state, what's going on surrounding the situation. And yeah, she just thinks that she'll be able to meet Netanyahu at a later date at some other point. Maybe she's thinking she'll meet somebody else. Maybe there'll be someone else in office, and you know what I mean? Like, she's just also afraid of him because he's the King of Swords, you know? It's a very strong, tough man who is intimidating, you know? Someone who's very smart and intelligent, and she's afraid to look like a little girl in a little tutu next to a big grown man. That's what I think. You know, that's what you feel from this. So, yeah, I hope you can let me know in the comment down below if you enjoyed this, if you want readings about next, like, in what else you want, right? So, give me different ideas. And byes. I'm enjoying this a lot. This is where I'm going to go down because it's less, like, for me, this is just fun. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, okay, byes. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed.